Hi, welcome to today's video about calculations in Tableau. In last video, I explained about how to create groups, sets, parameters and bins. In today's video, I am going to explain you how to create calculations in Tableau. So the agenda would be how to create calculations in Tableau, creating calculated fields, visual feedback in the calculation editor, aggregate and non-aggregate functions, and about the various types of functions like number functions, string functions, logical functions, boolean functions, table calculations, also about another type of calculation called quick table calculation. So why should we go for a calculation? So if you have all the required fields from your data source itself in order to create your visualization, then there is no need of creating any additional field. But if your underlying data doesn't include all the fields, we need to answer to the question, that is to create your graph or to create your insights if you don't have the sufficient fields from your data sources. But you have the related fields. In that cases, you create new fields in Tableau as part of your data source as a calculated field. For example, if I want to calculate the profit ratio, but I don't have a column called profit ratio in my original data source, but I have a column with profit and sales. So using profit and sales, I can calculate profit ratio. So this is how we would be creating calculated fields and associating with the view. So in Tableau, we create calculated fields by defining a formula that is based on the existing fields and other calculated fields by using standard functions and operators. So we can create calculated fields using the calculation editor, or even we can create ad hoc calculation by just double clicking on the field on your column or row shelf. We can create calculated field with Tableau Desktop or in web authoring also, that is in your browser based or in Tableau Online also you can create the calculated fields. In Tableau we have three types of calculations: basic calculations, quick table calculations, level of detail calculations. Anyone who is going to do some requirements on Tableau, they should first understand, so for what type of requirement, which type of calculations would be more appropriate. So by understanding about each and every type of calculations, it is easy for any developer or a user to pick up the calculation which is appropriate for different types of problems. In this video, I am going to explain you about basic calculations and quick table calculations. Level of detail, it's an advanced level of calculation that will be covered in Tableau Advanced course. Basic calculations. As I said, when you don't have the required fields from your underlying data, you create an additional field as a calculated field which is going to be part of your view or part of the query. And what is a table calculation or a quick table calculation? Quick table calculation is you have all the data fields to create your visualization. But after creating the visualization, based on the results of the query, if you want to perform some quick calculations, in that cases you go for this table calculations or quick table calculations. So let's see how to create a calculated field. In order to create a calculated field, so you have a calculation editor. So you can open the calculation editor and you can create a calculated field. As I said, Tableau is more user friendly. Tableau has numerous functions like number functions, logical functions, string functions, date functions, aggregate functions, which helpful for any user or a developer to create the calculations. Tableau also gives you the visual feedback whenever you are going wrong. In case if I am missing some parenthesis or if I am making some syntax error, it will automatically throw you an error message or a hint. Based on that, you would be able to correct your syntaxes. So let's go for a live demo and see how to create calculations in Tableau. So I am connecting to Sample Superstore dataset. So I want to know the profit ratio of each customer. So let me drag the customer name to the column shelf. So here I have profit column and sales, but I don't have something called profit ratio. So in order to calculate that profit ratio, I should create a calculated field. So to create a calculated field, you can click on this small inverted triangle and go for create calculated field, or you can click on any dimensions or measures also to create a calculated fields. So by clicking on this triangle, it will open the functions tab where you have the numeric functions. Each functions which is supported in Tableau, you could see the explanation and example how to use it as a syntax. So now I am going to calculate the profit ratio. So let me calculate profit divided by sales. So as I said, the visual feedback, if you are missing something, so you will get an error message and you will also get a hint what is really going wrong in that particular syntax. So now if your calculation is valid, you will get a message like the calculation is valid. So you can give OK. Any calculated field is represented by a equal to symbol before your data type. If a data type has a equal to symbol before it, then you can confirm that it is a calculated field. Now I am going to drag this calculated field. So this is how you create the calculations in Tableau. One more important thing you have to remember when you are creating calculations in Tableau. That is, here when I am creating a calculations, I didn't specify any aggregation. But when I am placing it on the row section, it automatically added sum. All the fields are aggregated by default in Tableau. The default aggregation is sum. If you go to analysis menu, if you see here, the aggregated measures are turned on. If you remove the aggregated measures, then it will not be aggregated. So by default, everything is aggregated. If you don't involve your aggregations in calculations, by default, it is aggregated when you refer that in a particular view. Let me duplicate this calculated field. And now let me include aggregation in the calculations itself. That is sum of profit divided by sum of sales. So this is aggregated. So now let me create the same example. So now since I have already aggregated in the calculations, it is just showing AGG, that is it is already aggregated. So any calculations when you are creating, you should be very clear about aggregated and non-aggregated fields, whether you are going for an aggregation or you are going for a non-aggregation. You could easily understand how the aggregate and non-aggregate arguments are calculated by seeing this example. You can also create ad hoc calculations in Tableau. Ad hoc calculations are the quick calculation that is performed on your shelf itself. Just you need to double click here and multiply. Let me multiply by sales. Anytime you should not mix your aggregate and non-aggregate arguments. Either it should be aggregated or it should be non-aggregated. You cannot mix your aggregate and non-aggregate arguments. So this is ad hoc calculations. So ad hoc calculations are not part of your dimensions or measure window. It is just part of the particular view where you have created. In case if you want to add this to your measures or dimension window, you can just drag and place it here. So one more calculations would be added here. As I said, there are numerous calculation functions available in Tableau. Calculations functions are grouped into categories. There are some categories that has been used in your calculation editor. You have numerous functions like number functions, string functions, date functions, type conversions, logical functions, aggregate functions, table calculations, user functions. Aggregate functions such as sum, average, everything has their own example and the explanation. So when you are creating any calculated field, if you go for the calculation editor, you would be able to see all these functions. So number functions, you have absolute, a cos, a sin, ceiling, cos, degrees, division. You have for pi, minimum, maximum, log, natural log. You also have zero null function. Zero null functions are used to handle the null values in your measure section. So if it is having any null values, then if you use zero null function, it will return 0, and if it is not null, it will return the arguments. So the syntax would be zero null, and you have to call the profits, the particular measure. So now if I have any null value in profit, then the null value would be replaced by 0. If it is not having a null value, then I will get the original value. So we also have string functions like converting to ASCII character, contain, starts with, ends with, left, right, L-trim, R-trim, uppercase, lowercase, split, space. So as per your requirement, you use different functions. So let me take the customer name and use a string function. Create a calculated field, go for a string function. So let me put contains. So in order to see the syntax, you can click on contains. So contains customer name. So Tableau is very user friendly. You just type a letter, it will fetch you all the corresponding functions, dimensions, measures, sets, parameters, everything can be included as part of your calculation. So I want to fetch all the customers who contains SA. So it will be a Boolean function, so it is referred by true or false. You can put it on a filtered section and just select true. So you get all the customers which has SA. So like that, you can use the various string functions, contains, whether if you want to use ends with, so calculation, so ends with, or find, you can find a particular value. IsDate is used to convert a string date to a date, lowercase, uppercase, L-trim, R-trim, minimum, maximum, regular expression pattern, starts with, splits. Calculations is something very important in Tableau. If you want to be very proficient with the Tableau development, so you have to be very strong in your calculations. So you have to go through all these calculations plus example. Next, let's see some example related to date functions. Date functions, you have date add, date difference, date name, date parse, date part, date trunc, day, current time, current date, month, maximum, minimum is date and year. So in case if I want to add or subtract a date based on the date part, I should use date function. Date add, the date part should be specified. So if I want to add 2 days from today, 2, today. So this gives you 10/1/2018. Today's date is 8/1/2018. Date add functions are used to add or subtract your dates from the particular dates. So instead of today, if I want to give a particular date, then it should be within hash symbol, hash 2018 0108. If you want to give a date field, then you can give order date. So here you can use any of the date parts. If you want to add day, you should use day. Else you should use month. Else quarter. Else year. If you want to subtract 2 years from order date, then you have to give -2 using the same date add function. See, we also have date difference function. Date difference is used to find difference between two dates. Date difference, for example, if I want to find the difference between ship date and order date for the product category, let me put order date, ship date. So this will give me days to ship. So like I can change this to count. So like this, based on the requirement, use different date functions. Date name will specify the name of your date parts. Date parts function, it is used to convert a string to a date in a specified format. Date part will help you to separate a particular date part from the whole date. Date truncate will also do the same. It will truncate a particular date part from the whole date. Day will return only the day from the date. Is date validated date, maximum, minimum, month will fetch you the month. Now is for current date and time, and today is for current date, and year will fetch you the year from the whole date. So we also have type conversion functions that is used to convert from one data type to another data type. Making a date stamp or a time stamp you can do with type conversion functions. Logical functions, you have different logical functions like and, or, not, case statements, else, if, double if, maximum, minimum, is state, is null functions. So let's take the same example. So let me take the region and sales. If I want to conditionally color this graph, create a calculated field. I'm using if statement. If statement will test for a series of statements and it will return the corresponding results. If sum of sales greater than 7 lakhs, then let me put it as good. Else if sum of sales greater than 5,000, 5 lakh, then average, else poor, end. So this is a if statement. So now I'm going to put this if statement into colors. So calculated fields can also be associated with the marks cut to put into the colors or a label section. So now the graph is conditionally colored based on the values. You can also edit the colors. Average is on blue, good is on red, poor is on green. Parameters can also be associated with calculated fields. For example, if I want to select the dynamic selection of my dimensions and measures, I can create a parameter and then associate with the calculated fields. Let me create an example. I create a parameter to select dimension. So I'm going to create a parameter with some 3 dimensions. A string parameter, I'm going for a list parameter. Here I give category, subcategory and product name. Based on the user selection, the dimension should change automatically. So I create a parameter, a list parameter with 3 values. I'm going to create one more parameter, select measure. Again a string parameter, list parameter. I'm going to include 3 measures, sales, profit and profit ratio. Now I'm going to associate that parameter in a calculated field using a logical case statement. Let it be choose dimension, case, call that parameter select dimension. When select dimension is equal to category, then I call the category dimension. Same for others also. When subcategory, then subcategory. When product name, then product name, end. So this is a logical case statements. So it will also test series of expressions and it will return the results. Now I create one more calculated field to choose the measure values. Case, select measure, when sales, then sum of sales. When profit, then sum of profit. When profit ratio, then so I call aggregated profit ratio, so no need to be aggregated, end. So now instead of placing individual dimensions and measures, I'm going to call this calculated fields. Choose dimension, and choose measure. Also I give the show parameter control to select the dimensions and measures dynamically. Category and sales. If I choose subcategory, I should have subcategory, profit, product name, profit ratio. So automatically the dimensions and measures should change based on the input selection. So this is how you have to associate your parameters with calculated fields. Let's go back to the calculated functions. Next functions, aggregate functions. The normal aggregate function, which is going to be part of your calculations, average, sum, maximum, minimum, those things. User functions are used when you sign in as a user to your server or an online environment. So that will come in the advanced Tableau sections. Table calculations. Table calculations, as I said, the calculation that something is performed on results of your query. So we have some table calculations which is mainly based on partitioning and addressing fields. For example, first will return the number of rows from the current row to the first row in the partition. That is, your first value would be identified by 0 and the consecutive values will be identified by negatively decreasing the values. For example, I take order date and sales, change it to a table, and I also am going to put this first here. The first value is referred by 0 and the consecutive values are referred by -1, -2, -3. Same, you also have last function. So last function will return the last value as 0 and consecutive positive values. So last value is referred by 0 and 1, 2, 3. First and last functions are used to select a particular number of rows to involve in your calculations. So you also have other Tableau functions like index. Index will return the index values based on the current row in the partition. Lookup is used to look for a particular value. Lookup can be clubbed along with first and last values. So lookup sum of profit, first plus 2. So it will look for the value in the third row in the partition. Previous value will return the previous value based on the current value. So for rank, we have different types of ranks. Normal rank function will return the standard competition rank. That is, if you have 6, 9, 9, 14, in that cases, you could see the first value is ranked as 1. Since you have 2, 9, it is 2, 2, so next value is kept and it is going for 4. If you use rank dense, then it will not skip any values 1, 2, 2, 3. Rank modified, it will be like 1. So you have two values. The first value is being skipped, so you have 3, 3 and 4. Percentile will convert to the percentile and then it will rank the values. Rank unique are used to calculate the unique ranks. Rank unique and index would be similar in Tableau because it is going to give the unique value positions as your rank or index. We also have cumulative functions to calculate your aggregations as running average, running count, running max, running minimum and running sum. So these four functions are used to call the external scripts which you will understand in Tableau Advanced course. We also have the Windows function. Windows functions will calculate the aggregation within the specified windows. For example, sum of profit, -20 will take the median only between these two previous rows to the current rows. When you use a normal median function, it takes the values as an entire scope. When you are using a Windows function, it takes the value only what you are specifying. So your first and last functions can also be clubbed with the Windows function. Let me explain you an example. I have the subcategory and profit. Here, I want my maximum value to be on one color, minimum value to be on one color, and the remaining values to be on the third color. So I create a calculated field. If sum of sales greater than maximum of sales equal to then let it be 1, else if sum of sales equal to minimum of sales, then 2, else 3. So the three values should assign 3 colors. So I'm comparing my sales with maximum of sales. So I feel this syntax is right, and I have created, and I'm going to put this conditional coloring on color. But it is showing me only one color. Why is it so? Because when you use a normal aggregation function, it takes the scope as the entire values. So it could not compare within this particular maximum or minimum value. To the same function, I'm going to edit it and add windows. Windows max of sum of sales. The minimum function replaced by Windows minimum. So now if you see, I have 3 colors. So this is because Windows functions will calculate only within that specific windows, and it is not taking the entire scope values. That is the difference between your normal aggregation function and your Windows functions. So far whatever we have seen are all the basic calculations. So you can use number functions, logical functions, string functions, date functions, type conversions, aggregations, or a table calculation. The second type of calculations are called as quick table calculation. As I said, quick table calculations are something which has been created based on results of your query. With calculated fields created by user, quick table calculations are a set of predefined functions that user can apply on the view level. So these are all the quick table calculations which is already predefined. Let's go for a live demo. So for quick table calculations, we have all the fields to create the view. So I choose subcategory to show the sales. But now if I want to perform some calculations based on results of my query, click on the measure, go for quick table calculations. Here you can choose any of these calculations. So these are all predefined set of calculations. So if I give running total, it will automatically calculate the running total. You can edit the table calculations. So to see the calculations. Show calculations assistance will help you how the calculations is being performed. For example, if I can also use the computation method. So the computation should be across a table based on an individual cell or a specific dimension. So here in this example, I am creating a table with order date, subcategory and sales. Now let me add a quick table calculation to show the difference. So difference is calculated between your previous and your next value. So if you want to change that, you can choose next or first, or relative to first, or relative to last. You can also change your computation method to calculate across a table, or across a table down, table across then down. If you are not sure about this calculation, how it's performing, go for edit table calculation and turn on the show calculation assistance and explore each of these options, so you will get to know how these calculations are performed. So you can either choose difference from or percentage difference from, percentage from. So you can also define different types of calculations under quick table calculations. So when you have a date field, you would be also able to calculate compound growth rate as well as year-over-year growth. So these calculations are termed as quick table calculation, which is performed on results of your query. It's a very quick calculations where you don't need to write any syntax, which is already predefined. Only thing you have to do is you choose the relative position and computations method to perform your calculation based upon your view level. I hope in this video you learned about how to create a calculations and different types of calculation and what is the difference between basic and quick table calculations. In advanced course, LOD calculation would also be explained, but as a basic course, if you are very thorough with the basic calculations and quick table calculations, it's ready enough to be a good Tableau developer. Thanks for listening the video. Thank you.